My name is Mason Dre, at 39, working as an IT project manager in the Berkshire tech corridor. I thought my 15-year marriage to Sarah was rough. That illusion shattered on a rainy autumn afternoon when I caught her in the kitchen, twirling her hair and laughing into her phone with an intimate, flirty warmth she hadn't shown me in years. She was wearing the elegant red dress I'd bought for our anniversary, whispering nervously about whether I would hear her. Stricken, I broke a personal rule that evening and accessed her laptop using our anniversary date as the password. What I discovered was a devastating trail of emails to Trent, a slick HR manager at her firm. They weren't just exchanging workplace pleasantries, they were planning trysts, and Sarah was actively writing about how I was just an obstacle in her way. Even worse, our joint bank statements revealed she had been using our family funds to pay for romantic dinners and boutique hotels on the nights she claimed she was staying late at the office. The confrontation was cold and calculated. When I laid out the bank statements, Sarah initially panicked, then quickly pivoted to defensive defiance, claiming we had simply grown apart and that Trent made her feel alive. She coldly demanded a divorce, half of our savings, the family home, and shared custody of our daughters, 14-year-old Chloe and 10-year-old Maddie. She proudly declared her love for him, assuming I would meekly comply, as I always had to keep the peace. But as an IT professional, I know the value of data. I showed her a secured digital folder containing every single piece of financial infidelity and electronic evidence I had compiled. I made it clear that while the courts rarely penalize affairs, wasting joint marital assets to fund a secret life absolutely matters to a judge. I handed her 2 pre-packed suitcases, told her she was no longer welcome in the house she had betrayed, and watched her drive away to figure out her next move. That afternoon, I picked up Chloe and Maddie from school and took them for ice cream to break the news gently. Children are sharper than we think, and Chloe already suspected something, noting her mom's constant phone, distraction, and sudden lack of interest in family life. I explained honestly, without venom, that Mom and I were having grown-up problems, and that she was currently staying elsewhere. When we pulled back into our driveway, Sarah was sitting on the doorstep next to her suitcases, looking disheveled and desperate. She rushed toward the car, sobbing apologies and trying to grab the girls, but I firmly stepped between them, guiding the children safely inside the house. I turned to Sarah and told her that the time for theatrics was over and that she would be hearing directly from my solicitor.
The ensuing months were a grueling legal battle, but the mountain of evidence I possessed left Sarah with no room to maneuver. My solicitor successfully argued for me to retain the family home, to maintain stability for our daughters. And because of her financial reckless behavior, she was forced to offset the money she had stolen from our accounts. Trent's corporate reputation in HR took a massive hit once the workplace affair became public knowledge, throwing their fragile new romance into immediate financial and emotional strain. Today, Chloe, Maddie, and I are thriving in a peaceful, honest home, free from the toxic cloud of deception. Sarah chose her path, but she quickly realized that the fantasy of a secret romance looks very different when you have to build it on the ashes of the family you threw away.